I think we're live, everyone. We live, everyone? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful December 23rd, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm starting a great day myself. And of course, we are joined by Mr. Real Texan Politics and Mr. Luke, the usual
How's
suspects.
it
Hello.
going? Rap Christmas special imminent.
Yeah,
Welcome.
yeah, I guess this is kind of the Christmas special, I guess you could call it. Because I don't plan to stream it tomorrow or Wednesday. So, yeah.
What do you mean rap? You have to go when you're hanging out with your family and just hide in a closet and
No,
do a live
what?
stream. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
I hope everyone does have a great Christmas, though. This is, I guess, a Christmas special. There will be a couple videos released, of course, but no streams tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll be back on Thursday. So, yeah. There's a lot to talk about today. It's not just, oh, an ordinary Christmas special with nothing. There's actually a lot to get to today. So, we have a lot to talk about. But first, before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. If you have any questions,
Like and subscribe or you're gonna get coal
that's
tomorrow.
real. Yeah, Santa's gonna pull up and give you coal. And of course, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chat's the best way to get your questions answered. All right, there's a lot to get to. I mean, where do we even start with today? Actually, a quick super chat.
I think we'll probably just start with what the title of the stream is.
Yeah, well, actually, a quick super chat to read. K-Cub for 5. Take my buddy to the Packer game tonight for Christmas. Hope you'll have a Merry Christmas and God bless. Also, Trump can't get back soon enough. Yeah, let's talk about what Biden did today, which I am just...
37 out of 40 of the death row inmates.
Unfreaking believable. Are you serious?
And I think there's...
let's be real.
Really
He
mention
wasn't
their
the one who
crimes.
did it. He wasn't the one who did it. Someone in his admin pulled because he's obviously not control. Could you really see 90s Biden doing this? No. If you can't see 90s Biden doing something, then he didn't do it. Let's be real. It was someone in his admin.
I wouldn't say that, but just the fact is, this is ridiculous. I mean, they didn't pardon the Boston bomber, right?
The Boston bomber, the Charleston shooter, and the Tree of Life synagogue shooter.
But it's why did they? Why?
So there's kind of a recency bias with a lot of these. Yeah.
Yeah, these are all within the last 10 years. So
yeah, so basically, if the crime has been forgotten about, then the sentence is going to be commuted.
Unbelievable.
If they're still kind of in the back of everyone's minds, then they're not going to be.
But it's what's the point? What is the point of this?
Well, I mean, Biden has always wanted to abolish. I mean, Biden, at least, very recently has been wanting to abolish the death penalty forever, for good.
I know.
At least on a federal
I know
level.
that, but still, it's to me, this is just dumb. These are not these are just really bad people. We're not talking about, oh, these are just drug dealers. So they're beyond that. These are mass murderers and stuff. I mean, this is insane.
Yeah, they don't just put randos on death row. If you're on death row, you probably deserve to be on death.
You did something real bad. So.
Especially federally, because they almost never put people federally on death row.
Yeah, I mean that's you're talking about the Boston bomber. It's just bad people. It's just bad people in general. American Nerd for 5. Today's Festivus, which means we're going to hear Raps airing a lot of grievances. He's going to have a lot of problems with people. Now we're going to hear about it. No. Cherokee Bear for 2. 90s/early 2000 Dems over today's Dems. Wow. Really? The early 2000s Dems are better? Yeah.
Whoa, that's such a hot take, man. I can't even contemplate that take, dude. Like that. Yeah. Insane, man.
But yeah, so I just I can't go over the fact that, but I just wonder why did they think this is a good idea? To commute these sentences? Why?
Because the woke mobsters have taken the Brandon administration hostage. We can't. It's horrible what they've done to them.
Yeah, so it's really the three it's the Boston bomber, the Tree of Life synagogue guy, and the Charleston one. But like, aren't there a bunch of like mass murderers that also killed a bunch of people too?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people just
Yeah, wasn't it like
out
one
of
that
our
killed like
collective
3
memory.
kids or whatever, and like 3 women or something? It's just like it's like
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't get these like people who are so opposed to the death penalty. It's like it'll be like there's these terrorists and these people will be like, "Don't, he's a normal guy." Like there was that one dude a while ago who got it in Missouri. I forgot. He mugged two. I don't even want to do the details. The details were horrible. But like it was something involving murdering children. Like all these lefties were like, "He's a nice man. He deserves a second chance." It's like, why is this the hill you guys are dying on? Like, why is this the hill of all things, you know?
Yeah, we're not talking
Like,
about,
I,
oh, these are just people that were like, accused of something, but they didn't do it. These people, the marathon, the Boston Marathon bomber. Just like, I know he didn't get commuted, but still. Which, by the way, why is he still alive? Why?
yeah, these people should have been put down a long time ago.
K-Cup for 5. 90s Biden sounds like an alt skin you would wear in a game like Sonic Generations. Can we get a Biden Generation where classic Joe meets modern Joe? I mean, yeah, Joe from the 90s is way different, but I don't know, that's more to do with the
90s
party, I
Joe.
think, changing than anything, but also because Biden's lost it, so fun. Do you think Biden will pardon
need-
Sam Bankman-Fried next? Oh, he might. He might.
Probably.
It just I don't get this. Like you're not talking about just like not just bad people. These are like some of the worst people in society that we did this on. Like these people should have been killed years ago.
Society's gone woke by letting
That's
these
real.
people run rampant.
But like I don't know. So anyways, yeah, Biden did some real bad stuff. I don't again. To me, this is just stupid. Like these.
But we gotta stay on a good note, Rap. It's Christmas stream.
Yeah.
Like let's
Alright,
move on.
All right, so
Let's see. Luigi has pleaded not guilty, so here comes the big old trial.
he's on video. Do it. Oh my gosh. I know that's
No,
what they
because they're
usually
like,
do.
yeah, that's yeah.
Well,
that's
because
what's
he
gonna
feels like he
happen.
felt like he needed to, so he's probably gonna claim like self-defense because of, I guess, what they did. And I mean, and again, pretty much every single leftist in the country supports him. So
Bro, if this is the worst part about the whole situation. If they actually let him off scot-free, you're gonna see a bunch
the
of
majority of
kids.
18 to 20, I mean, I think like the super majority of 18 to 29-year-old Democrats support him. So
Oh yeah, it's basically a Democrat. But I'm just worried that like
Yeah.
you're gonna get copycats after this. Where it's like,
Here's the funny thing though, like the poll they were pointing to that said like, oh, the majority of young people support him. It was like 41% support him, 40% oppose him, and like 90% undecided. So it's not like it was like this super majority of young people supported him. It was like barely over. Like really, in reality, nobody cares about this guy.
Yeah.
Like it's all online. Everything is just online. So
but it's a terrifying precedent this guy gets off scot-free. Because that just makes
he's not going to be.
listen, you just see one juror to be like, nah, we're good. He's good. That's a problem. And you're in New York? Or where is it again? Where's it?
yeah, it was New York.
Yeah, I mean, you just see one like radical leftist again the jury, and
Radical socialist.
well, that's
on the
what's gonna
jury.
happen. And some guys be like, "No, he did a good thing. Actually, he did a good thing," and people are gonna do copycats of it. And if they find him guilty, there's be riots. So it's a lose-lose for everyone. But Duster Carter for 2. Why is society eggshells with the death penalty now? I honestly don't know. I don't get why people are against the death penalty. Like, I'm not saying
No, the funny thing is the vast majority of Americans still support the death
Oh, yeah, they
penalty.
do.
Like it's like the libs, I don't know why the libs are so obsessed with getting rid of it. Like there's no utility politically wise. Like the only reason I can see it is that they can use it as kind of like a gotcha on like abortion because they'll be like, "Oh, you're pro-life, but you support the
Well,
death
that's
penalty,"
like
which is
two
like which is the dumbest like argument I've heard in the world. And I'm someone who's really not like either way on the abortion issue.
Well, I mean, that's
I just think it's stupid.
I mean,
Yeah,
those are
like
completely
that
different
argument
issues.
they
Like,
use.
you're talking about
Exactly.
an unborn child versus someone that's an adult that made those decisions himself.
No, if anything, it's hard to imagine it being the other way around and like opposing the death penalty but being pro-choice.
Yeah,
Like
just
that
like
seems like more of a contradiction to me.
it's a contradiction.
But
And it's like with the whole like with like being pro-life. Like, yeah, I'm pro-life, but that doesn't mean I'm against the death penalty. I think the death penalty is warranted in cases like this. Like, you killed a bunch of people. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you made that decision. So get out of here. I mean, that's just, I think, the common, that's what most people agree with, I think. And the only people that disagree with are, like, leftists online. They really believe that, oh,
Yep.
no, that no one's actually supporting the death penalty. It's like, no, the majority are.
Most Americans are pretty pro death penalty, actually.
Yeah. I think, like, a plurality, I don't think plurality of Dems, but, like, it's still, like, a decent chunk of Dems they're for it. But, I don't know, it's just dumb that we're even talking about this, but alright. So that's kind of the big, like, wow, this was the big story of the day, but then, a couple of other bombshells dropped. Where do we even go from here? Because there's two big stories. One with Matt Gaetz and one with Johnson. I mean...
Matt Gaetz should not run for Senate. That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Yeah, so let's talk about Matt Gaetz. For those that don't know, the House Ethics Committee finally released a report, and, well, it's what everyone thought it was going to say. They basically claimed that, yeah, he did some very bad things with a 17-year-old. That's what it comes down to. Now, it sounds
libertarians, am I right?
Oh my gosh. From everything I'm reading about this case, it sounds like that this was just the same thing they talked about 10 years ago. They just rehashed it in the ethics report. That's what it sounds like. Like, it's just the same, like, report. They just, like, rehashed it. Instead of, was it the DOJ that originally investigated this? Right? Who investigated
Probably.
it? I thought so, yeah. But now it's like just the House Ethics Committee. They're like, actually, no, it's the same thing, but we put our stamp of approval on it. But just, it's like very suspicious where it's like, apparently the transcripts, there's like, yeah, people, the person said that it wasn't like, it wasn't human trafficking or something. American Nerd for 5. Rap, aren't some Catholics against the death penalty because only God can give that penalty argument? Well, again, like, I disagree with that sentiment. I know that some Catholics...
There's a religious argument,
Yeah.
but like, the thing is, like, I'm someone who, like, generally wants to keep religion out of politics, and that's the way I see it. Well, no, it's just a fact. Like, America was built on separation of that. Like, it can influence politics, but it shouldn't be the decide. Yeah, we don't need to have this debate, but it's whatever. I'll save it for another time.
All right. But yeah, so I think Matt Gaetz is cooked at this point. I mean, he's not going to run for anything else. Though, didn't he say that during, like, America Fest he wants to run for something?
He wanted to run for Senate.
Yeah, he was talking about running for Senate.
You know, the thing with Matt Gaetz is...
I unironically support DeSantis for Senate. Like, I think he deserves a Senate. Unironically, like, we memed on him during, like, the presidential run because that was kind of a meme. But, like, he does deserve something for, like, making Florida basically the Republican California. So I think he should be awarded with the Senate seat. I don't think his career should just be dead just because he...
I'm sorry, but that's his fault.
No, he can get a Senate seat. It's clear he likes Trump again, and he really wants to.
If he wants a Senate seat, just appoint a placeholder and be done with it.
That's probably what he's gonna do.
Well, I'm hearing Corey Mills might be picked, so we'll see. Which, again, I'm not saying that's for sure with Corey Mills, but that's the rumor that apparently Mills is like a front runner now. Which I would not be against that. I like Corey Mills, but we shall see if that actually does happen. But if he does that, to me, that sounds like, yeah, he's probably going to run for president again.
I don't think he's going to run against Vance.
If he doesn't pick a placeholder, he's running again in 28. He's going to run.
Which is stupid, because if I were him, I would just run for the Senate and then run again for president in, like, 20 years or something. Because he's a young guy.
Like, he's only, like, what, 45?
Yeah, he's got a lot of time. I don't know. I think he's going to sit out for a little bit of presidential politics. I don't think he wants to run against Vance.
He's only 46, but the problem with DeSantis is the same people are there. The people that ran his campaign, they're still his advisors. He didn't get rid of them. They're just sitting there.
Yeah, the people who beefed with GOP Josh and...
Yeah, these idiots are still there. Yeah. That's why I'm saying there's a chance they actually try it again. I mean, listen, if they're that dumb to run for president again, against Vance of all people, it's like, what are you doing? Have you not learned your lessons
GOP
from?
Josh
Oh my
must
gosh.
go. Who much
Who
go?
was that thing gonna argue with GOP Josh again? Was it like
The Ukrainian
yeah,
press
Michelle?
secretary lady who's got like all who's got like all the plastic surgery.
Yeah. American Nerd for 5 rap. How bad is the Matt Gates report? Like, does it make him the Mark Robinson of Florida or something? If that's the case, his career is done.
Yes.
Well, listen, it's a lot of the report itself is just the same crap we've heard before. It's not really anything new, but
I mean, we've got a Mark Robinson in Wisconsin that's going to be a very big future liability if we don't defeat him, and which I'd love to talk about sometime because I actually had like a 2-hour discussion with him on a live stream the other night. So,
with who?
Orlando Owens. He's
Oh.
basically the Mark Robinson of Wisconsin. But
I mean, if
that's
you
a
want the floor
discussion
right
for
now to
another
talk
day.
about it, I mean.
Well, I mean, it's not. I want to keep the stream positive. Okay,
Okay.
this will be stuff we go over in the new year. You know,
Alright, fair
I don't
enough.
want to bring in party drama again.
I guess, yeah.
New year, yeah.
New year. But yeah, so I don't think Matt Gates runs for anything else anymore. I just the only way I could see Gates making a comeback is if they prove that this ethics committee, which is usually bullshit, if they prove that they're full of it, which they probably are, that's the only way that he could come back from this. But I don't know. I think his career's done because who's gonna support him now? Who? Maybe like Trump could endorse him, but I don't see him running again. I really don't. And at this point, like, he's not going to run for governor. I highly doubt he runs for governor. He might run, oh, he's not going to run it, I don't think. It's be Donald's. Which, if it is Donald's that runs, we're gonna have a big problem in the House, but we'll get to that in a minute. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Matt Gaetz is just cooked now?
It's over for him. I think he should have just like not been woke, you know. And
What?
you come after McCarthy, you best not miss, you know. Like you don't what about McCarthy, but he knows how to do stuff, and I wouldn't like recommend just like pissing him off like that because he's like the Tom Tillis of the House, you know. Like he'll find dirt on anyone. So not saying I like
Tillis?
McCarthy. Yeah, remember Tom Tillis? He just magically finds dirt on everyone he doesn't like.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what McCarthy could do. Like Matt Gaetz. Like it's like who must go. Like it apply that meme applies to so many people. It only applied to Assad before. Now it applies to a bunch of people. And we have to find new creative ways to use it now that Assad actually has gone.
Bro. All right, real Texan, what do you think?
I don't know.
Wow, very insightful. Like, but no, honestly.
Oh, about Wisconsin or what?
No, about Gates.
Oh, okay.
Do you think he can like even come back from this, or is it just he's done? Like he's cooked.
It's over.
I think
it's
he's
Gates
done. I think
it's
he's
Gates
done. Like I honestly do think he's done. I mean, he'll do his media thing probably, but
oh yeah, he got hired by ONN, right?
Yeah,
Talk about a downgrade. Talk about a downgrade. Member of the House who was being considered for Attorney General, and then he's just an OAN host. That's like Carrie Lake. That's like a Carrie Lake level downgrade.
Well, at least OANN's kind of relevant, I guess. People talk about it sometimes, but she's just a freaking
super relevant.
Yeah, what's her thing again? Like America's Voice or whatever? Freaking
Voice of America.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the state-run propaganda. It's like the BBC, except that nobody watches it because there's no like cool TV shows on it.
So, K-Cup for 2. Open the floodgates as Jover from Matt. Oh gosh, but no. The problem with Matt Gaetz is just I think the report's personally bullshit. Personally, just based on what I've read about it, it just seems like it's all the same crap we heard that was not true in the first place. But I don't see him coming back from this. Like, it sucks, but I'm starting to think that the whole Attorney General saga was just him trying to get out. I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah, Trump just wanted an easy way to get him out of Congress without making it look like he was like selling him out. Yeah.
Yeah, if he stayed in Congress, he would be getting expelled.
Oh yeah, he'll be done. Like there's.
And also now he can appoint someone like Pam Bondi to Attorney General, who's like very good and conservative on the issues, and everyone's just gonna vote for her easily because because like they won't have to worry about no, because like just compared to Gates, she's seen as super moderate.
Yeah, that's the
So
thing
now
with-
no one's really gonna question her.
That's another thing with like what's some of these picks. I'm starting to wonder if Matt Gates was kind of just that fireball pick that made people think, oh wait, RFK and Tulsi, they're not actually that bad compared to Matt Gates. You know, he's not Matt Gates
I'm
is
so
radical.
pissed with those two though. Those two have a non-zero chance of being killed by like the Bible Belt senators.
I don't. It
Practically.
sounds like they're not, but
I hope not, because
RFK
like I swear, if we get Bernie Sanders to vote for RFK and Tulsi, but then like they lose because like John Cornyn, I'm gonna get so pissed. dude.
so actually, no, I think Cornyn supports both of them. I thought.
Now he does probably. Before he was the big one, but then no, they were talking about like Roger Wicker and a few of those people too.
Yeah, but
It's
the
like,
thing
oh
is,
my
like,
god.
I think RFK is gonna make like
Guys, we can't
RFK already has-
RFK. He's
RFK
pro-choice.
RFK already has like how many Democrats are supporting RFK already? Is it like 5 or 6?
A lot, but if the entire Bible Belt votes no,
That's not gonna happen, Luke. That's just like that's stupid about nothing.
I know. I don't want to doom. I gotta stop dooming.
Yeah, no, it's like Tulsi's the only one that might have a problem because some of these old ass like Republicans are gonna vote against her for no reason. But
I mean, John Ossoff is being scared into voting for her.
yeah, it's like, but yeah, you got John Ossoff, Tulsi Gabbard. Did Fetterman say
He
yes?
is so, dude. He is so cooked in 2026.
Well, he knows Brian Kemp's
Also.
running. That's what it comes down to. Brian Kemp's running for that
It's
seat.
over. Yeah, he's so cooked. Ossoff. Dems are not going to have a very good year in 2026. Unless like the economy really does crash, which I highly
That's
doubt
right.
it will. They're not going to have a good year. Like it's not going to be like they'll probably barely flip back the House, but it's not going to be like Republicans are going to get the governorship in Michigan just off a technicality.
Yeah, because
so.
that Detroit mayor's running. So
And you know, I gotta stay optimistic. I think there's a very real shot we flip Wisconsin.
I don't think Evers
governor.
runs again. I don't think he does.
And even if he does, I think we probably have a better shot if he runs again than if he doesn't.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. It's like, well, I think that personally, all you got to run into is what happened at the DNC. That's just my take. Just run
Yeah,
on
when
that.
you like, yeah, dude, and like the big issue in 2022 was Tim Michaels still almost beat him. And the funny thing too is like, Evers, the exit polls showed he was super popular, but it's like yet Tim Michaels of all people almost beats him.
Yeah, to me that was just like because Democrats voted in 22 and a bunch of Republicans did. If it was a presidential year, Michaels would have won. That's my
Also,
take.
yeah. And here's the thing you got to remember about 2026. This will be the first non-presidential election, like first off year, where Elon Musk is deployed, where the Turning Point people are deployed, where we have all this infrastructure.
That's the
So
X factor
this-
that
that we really can't be like, oh, the Trump base isn't going to turn out, because now we have people that track the Trump base, like find out who these people are we need to get to turn out,
Yeah.
and like, yeah, now we actually have all this.
just today,
so.
Scott Presser announced he flipped Center County in Pennsylvania. Which way pull this up? Yeah, Center County, I think, was it? Yeah. Which I'm surprised. Like, how the hell did Center County flip? How? I forgot how do you actually spell Center County. It's weird, right? It's like R-E.
It's the Canadian British
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah. According to Eric Daughtry, let me pull this up. Yes,
Daughtry.
Daughtry. Yeah, according to him, yeah, Center County flipped. It's 42,165 Republicans, 41,000 Democrats. So Center County is Republican now, and that's surprising. I'm surprised by. Well, wasn't Center County within like a point in 24?
No, I think it actually swung left, or not, barely swung right.
I thought it was. I remember an election day was actually kind of close.
I
but-
think McCormick did slightly better than Trump there, I believe.
that makes
It was
sense.
one of the counties, like
I think that makes sense.
it was under 50 in the Senate race, but Harris got over 50, so.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's where Penn State is. So
Weird that college students would be like, McCormick's my guy, but I don't like that Trump fella. Like,
well, it just but it's I don't know.
It kind of reminds me of like inner city Detroit going more for Mike Rogers than Trump.
I can't get over that. Which that makes no sense to me, but yeah. Yeah, Penn State's where Penn State's in Center County, so that's why it's a Democrat area because it's Penn State. But it's flipped now. Which, by the way, I know it's post-election and Democrats are demoralized, but is it just me or does it seem like these voter registration numbers have gotten worse? It looks like they got
It's
it
so
worse.
funny how detached Libby T now is from reality.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't they're back on the Copecast. There's this new trend these people do where it's like they'll just post these blatant wish casts for 2026, and it'll be like, instead of saying this is my prediction, they'll be like, you wake up on November
Yeah, that's
4th,
all they're doing.
2026, and yeah, and it's like, see, it's not a prediction, it's just a hypothetical. It's like, you know
Bullshit.
full well what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
like
people.
it's the
Listen, I did that a couple times. Like, it's funny once in a while, but that's all these people do now. It's these bullshit.
God, I made one too.
wishcasts.
Or they'll do this thing where it'll be like the worst possible Republican versus the worst Democrat.
Yeah, it's
and
like
I
Mark
played
Robinson versus
yeah,
Roy Cooper.
and
whatever.
I played by chance doing that too. I said it's 2026. Trump is a 75% approval rating after cooing out Putin and uniting Israel. The California governor race is between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Hassan Piker. Who wins and by what margin? And that's what we need. We need more of those.
Like these people, they're not gonna actually make a prediction. Watch, they're gonna do these bullshit witch
Yeah.
casts like you're saying.
Yeah, these people suck. It's going to be a painful. I can't wait for 2026 though, when it's probably just going to be a reverse 2022
Yeah, it's all that's
because
gonna happen.
politics wave midterms are just dead. Like, I'm going to be real, unless the president is super hated. Like 2018 was kind of a fluke, and to be fair, a lot of the blue national environment came from the fact places like California, there were 2 Democrats in a lot of those seats,
Yeah.
So that was part of the reason the generic ballot was
Didn't a
just
bunch of
so
Republicans
Democrat.
retire in 2018?
Yeah, that too. And there were also the reason they flipped a bunch of House seats was Republicans had a bunch of seats they never should have held.
Yeah.
That were in Clinton plus 15 seats.
Yeah, it's like from 20. They won those in 2014 when no one voted. That's what happened. That's the truth in it. They won them in 2014 when 5 people voted, and they couldn't hold it off in a midterm. So
yeah, Dems just weren't focused on the House in 2016, so those Republicans all barely won then, and then in 2018, it was over. They all lost.
Yes, I think what's going to happen in 2026. Again, a lot can change. It's not even 2025 yet, but I think it comes on Trump's popularity. How popular is Trump in 2026?
I love how Dems are acting like if his approval is below 47%, it's going to be this blue tsunami. And it's like, Joe Biden's approval is 38% going into 2022, and Dems
It's
gained
probably
the
gonna
Senate.
collapse too. So,
well, yeah, Biden's approval is probably going to go down a lot, but
It keeps going down. It's like a
well, people are hating him more. It's like these people finally realize, oh wait, this guy sucks.
No, it's because typically when presidents in their last weeks they try to do something to save their thing, but what has Biden done? Release these people from the death penalty,
Yeah.
pardoned his son who is blatantly he's done all the worst decisions possible. He invited Dean Withers and Gary Sisson to the White House.
Usually presidents in their final weeks they become more popular.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. Even with
No,
Bush,
Biden's just
it's
it's
sinking.
Biden's trying to.
Oh, hey, Tyrone.
Holy cow!
Your mic's kind of
Tyrone.
mid.
I know. I just wanted to join voice chat and spurg out. Goodbye.
Well, thank you. Chat, that's Tyrone for you. Yeah, so 2018 just, that's, I think, to be the last, real midterm election where it's, a blue wave or whatever. It could happen if it's, a Bush 06 scenario where he's just unpopular. I could see that.
Well, yeah, there'll be landslide midterms in the future, but I just don't see it because of how polarized things have got, especially in the Trump era. As long as Trump's base turns out, a certain percentage of them, about 45% of America is going to vote Republican on a regular basis. That's just how it is. 45% is always going to vote Republican. And so long as they don't choose every single independent, they're going to get a bit more than that. Same thing goes for the Democrats too. You're never going to really see massive red waves because 2024 wasn't really a red wave as much as we like to say it was. It was just more so
it was a Trump wave.
it was a Democrat like destruction. Like, because the thing was, Dems were never gonna hold on to some of these groups. Like the Hispanic vote was never gonna be like 70-30 for long. The Indian vote that like Indian Americans have like a 70% positive view of Modi. That group was never gonna like hold for Democrats, you know? Like eventually
It
it
was a
was gonna flip.
coalition
Like
that
a
was
lot
gonna
of
collapse. That was
yeah,
always my
that
theory.
coalition was just because like all these like minority groups are super like socially conservative. They weren't gonna vote for the like pro-trans party, and I think Kamala Harris just ran such a campaign that was so blatantly just like social issues first, social issues only. And like Trump was actually running on the economy, and Harris's only thing on the economy was the Trump tariffs that were in his last economy are going to destroy the economy. And most Americans are like, I remember Trump's administration. We had tariffs, they didn't destroy the economy. And then the rest of Harris's campaign was just abortion, abortion, abortion. And most Americans agree with her on abortion, at least generally, but they're not like, it's not their main issue. And they're like, why would I care? Who cares like this much about the issue? And that's the reason Trump did so well.
All right, American Nerd for 5. Rap, why the hell is Trump supporting Karen Taylor Robeson for the 2026 governorship race? Kimberly Yee would have been a better person to endorse. Yeah, this is gonna divide a lot of people. Again, I
Let's
think
get
it's a
into
shit
this
move.
conversation.
I think it's stupid what Trump did. I'm
I'm
being
a big
honest.
fan of it. I just want to secure that governorship by all means necessary. So
If you want
I
to
feel like, I mean, like I said, I think you can get somebody else besides Karen Taylor Robeson, and I mean, obviously somebody besides Carrie Lake and Charlie Kirk or
yeah.
anybody else. The problem, though, I think right now is that because Robeson is already running,
Well,
you're
she hasn't
prob-
announced yet, but she's freaking full of it.
she will
Yeah.
Trump's when Trump endorses you pre-run, you 99% chance.
especially because she was posting about it on Twitter on her Twitter account too. So like, yeah, she's running, and she's gonna
Now,
be the
here's the thing.
nominee. Nobody's beating her in the primary.
With Robeson running, I think that takes away. I think that takes out a lot of moderates or electable types from the running, like Kimberly Yee. I mean, maybe she could run for like lieutenant governor since now that position's open.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
that will be
They got
open
lieutenant
seat.
governor now in Arizona.
Yes. But I think I think she will probably get a challenger to her right. I don't think she'll get one, or at least like her extreme right. I don't think she'll get a electable challenger to her right, like a Kimberly Yee or whatever. So Robeson probably is going to have the primary locked up, and she does have Trump's endorsement. She'll get the endorsement of pretty much every MAGA figure. But I do think you might see somebody like a Wendy Rogers type run against her as like kind of
Probably Mark
outrunning her
Fincham.
from the right.
Personally,
Yeah,
I want
something
Mark
like
Lamb
that.
to run, but I don't think he will.
Lamb, I don't think Lamb's gonna run. I mean, if he does, that's...
I would support him, but he's not going to. I don't think.
Yeah, and he also, I think he said some. I think he was also supportive of like a full abortion ban, so that might.
I don't know.
Also hurt him.
Arizona's weird now. It's like Trump won it by like, I know like it's the presidential year, but like he won it by 5.5 points, which we kind of
The reason he won by that was because there was an abortion. Like all the libs were talking about this abortion measure, like it was going to kill Trump. If anything, it like actually helped Trump because like people are like, oh, so I can vote pro-choice but also vote for Trump. That's the way a lot of people saw it. The difference for a statewide race is people are going to think more about the issues because they have the ability to undo that referendum, like if you get elected governor and like get a legislative majority. So if you're running as like we're gonna ban abortion, like it's gonna be different in a governor race
I
than it would
understand.
be.
I just think abortions be like non-issue in 26. That's just my take.
I just don't want to risk it. Like it still is an issue that people care about, especially when you run
Only people that
extremists
care about are Democrats
on
at
the
this
issue.
point. I'm sorry, but the only people that care about are partisan Dems. They're gonna vote no matter what. So
Not really. No,
yeah.
a lot of independents. If you run someone who's too extreme on the issue, a lot of independents are
the
not.
most important, like abortion is literally the 8th most important issue in 24.
Well, no. Tell me with a straight face that abortion didn't hurt Tudor Dixon with independence in Michigan.
Those like again, I'm not denying that, but
Because I don't
that
think
was
we
such
should
an
just like.
extreme case. That was her being a dumbass.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're running someone like Mark Fincham, it's a very
I didn't
similar
say Mark
situation. I mean,
Fincham.
I didn't mean Mark Fincham. I meant Mark Lamb. Excuse me. Two Marks. Two Marks
Yeah,
in
but
Arizona.
here's the thing: you could absolutely pivot. So
Yeah.
just do
Anyways, the other
just
thing
do
about
what Dixon did. So
It's
other-
gonna be
anyways, the other-
Robeson. This is kind of a pointless debate to have because we already know who the nominee is going to be, barring
Yeah,
some
and
major
actually,
changes.
the election's pretty much settled. Because the other news is that Fontes is not running.
Damn it! What a coward.
This is the first time you've heard about it.
I know. I heard about
Actually,
him.
it's probably the first time a lot of people have heard about it. Because,
I'm
like,
mad
I mean,
about
he came out and like said it out loud that he wasn't running. I think on like a Washington Post article, and no one on election Twitter knew about it until like probably I posted it. But
I just
yeah,
won the primary.
the election is is like 99% chance it's going to be Robeson versus Hobbs. Right now, I would probably put it. I think Robeson would win, but because I think
Leanar.
now that you do have Trump backing her, you'll get a lot more debates behind her.
Yeah, it's going
Whereas
to be Leanar.
yeah, I guess Lean probably.
I wanted
Hobbs
Fontes
is
to run. I
unpopular.
wanted that to see that shit to her primary, but
Also,
Damn.
I'm sorry if Pufferfish Populist, if you're watching this, no, the base isn't going to boycott Robeson being the nominee. Trump's endorsing her. She is going to be seen as the Trump candidate for the election. The base isn't going to boycott the election because she ran against Carrie Lake.
The only
that's
way I
The only
can
such a
see
people that
that-
probably will are like Nico Delgado or something
Yeah,
like
the
that.
only way I can see-
Even then, Nico Delgado is going to fall in line.
the
at
only
end
way
of the day.
Robeson like doesn't there's boycotts if she goes full Joe Adea. That's the only way that can happen.
She's
Yeah,
not
but
going
now that
to.
now that she has Trump behind her, she's not going to
Yeah.
do that.
She's running as a pro. She's openly like praising Trump on like her stuff.
Yeah, she's
like
gotta be
she's
I'm just saying, like, don't do a John Curtis, which by the way, what a dumbass, but
Yeah, I mean, this is somebody
Trump
that
didn't even
you know,
endorse. Trump didn't endorse Curtis. Like the
know.
thing, this is the difference. Like Trump actively opposed all these people in the primaries, but with
Let me just-
Robeson, she's
Yeah, but here's the thing with Robeson. This is somebody that has previously supported a Democrat for a Maricopa County position because Lake supported the Republican. Supported tuition for illegal immigrants. I believe she campaigned with Chris Christie in 2023.
yeah, she did.
And now she's running as the pro-Trump Republican.
That's why I'm saying I don't trust her. I do not
So
trust her
I
whatsoever.
100% believe she's a snake. But the fact
all
that
I'm
she
saying
is,
though. I have a feeling Trump probably like sat down with her and had a discussion, like because. Like I guarantee, I don't think Trump just like endorsed her out of nowhere. I'm sure they've had like
That's probably what
discussions and they've come
happened.
to agreements. Yeah,
'Cause
they've
Blake
probably come
probably
to
just-
agreements. Yeah.
Blake probably just flat out told Trump that she wasn't running for office anymore. So, I mean, Trump probably just interviewed Robeson, and Robeson just answered a bunch of, questions. Oh yeah, I'm MAGA. I'm a full-on MAGA Republican. The 2020 election was yeah.
Yeah, so,
Um,
but yeah, just don't be John Curtis. What you guys hear about that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I hate that dude's so
So
annoying.
John
I-
Curtis. All right.
Yeah, I know he's. But anyways, I don't trust Robeson, but she's going to be the
I don't either.
nominee. So
So
I'll just let the primary play out before I guess make an endorsements.
for those that don't know, John Curtis, which by the way, this guy's a Democrat. Like people forget about this. He was a Democrat like 10 years ago or whatever. But
He was the chair of the Utah Democratic Party.
yeah, this guy, he only ran as Republican because that's the only way you win Utah. And he's like one of those he's like one of the worst Republicans on the issue. He makes Mitt Romney look conservative. That's what we're
Mitt
talking
Romney
about.
actually voted a little more conservative, like right at the end of his term.
Yeah, which is just funny,
So,
but
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 yeah,
John
um,
Curtis, he's basically saying that Trump does not have a mandate. I got more votes than him in Utah, so that doesn't mean anything.
so that's basically his excuse to vote like Mitt Romney did.
Worse than Mitt Romney. At least Romney sometimes is conservative. This guy's like literally one of those is he pro-choice or something? It's like he's like
No, he's not. That's
I
the
thought-
one thing those Utah Mormons are right wing on. Is like
I thought Curtis
very
was,
right-wing
was a
on.
pro-choice one.
He's not.
He's probably pro-life, but he's extremely anti-Trump. I think he's pro-amnesty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think-
the thing.
I
Those
think-
Utah Mormons tend to be like very right wing on social issues, but then like everything else, they're just like resist libs
So
basically.
John Curtis
Yeah,
is gonna
because
be
the thing is they value kindness. They value kindness before anything else. They value kindness and empathy. So they tend to be more pro-amnesty because, they want to be humane towards the immigrants. And I think that's also why I see eventually Utah will probably become a Democrat state in the coming years. I know Utah County
Especially
kind
'cause-
of pushing it back, but
Especially because Republicans are like kind of leaving social issues behind. Like they're not focused on social issues as much anymore. Like Trump did not run a social issue based campaign unless you count immigration, which I don't really even call a social issue. Like Republicans are just kind of like not running on it. Like Democrats have become the party of like
Well,
social
it's
issues.
not only that, but I also think that because like Utah, like the Mormons are just gonna be more liberal. It's more a liberal sect of Mormonism. So I don't know. We just gotta see what happens. But the fact that this is a Republican senator from Utah, this is freaking unbelievable. Like
yeah,
Bluta.
Utah.
Staggs probably wouldn't have even won the primary, even if Trump campaigned for him.
Because there's just too many Democrats. That's what
I
happened.
think the problem. I mean, Trump is not liked in Utah, but they still vote for him because they're still a Republican state. They just kind of hold their nose for him. And yeah, he won the primary with ease there, but I think it was also one of Haley's better states. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. Haley might drop.
Are we gonna get Bluta and Blanzis in 2028?
Blandis, I think that's just not gonna happen.
Kansas probably might flip
Bluta
for
and
Utah.
Blanzis.
I don't think Kansas is really in imminent danger yet. I do think in the 2030s it'll probably unless Democrats completely crap the bed like
Which
across
they
the
could.
board. Kansas, I think if Democrats, Kansas is probably going to get a Republican governor, so that might solve some of the problems, but we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, can we talk about Fat Ugly Rat saying that what was he saying? He was saying that Arizona is going into 2026 bluer than it was in 2020.
What?
Load of shit.
Because my national environment in
That's a pile
2020
of crap. I'm
in
getting sick of that.
2020
left.
in 2020 dude, in 2020 it voted 4 points to the right of the nation. This year it only voted 3 points to the right of the nation. Checkmate, right?
Trended left. Wow.
Like,
it's
That's
Republican.
that's always been like the dumbest thing. So under that assumption, Texas trended right then. It's a Republican stronghold again, right?
No, and that's what
no,
everyone
actually,
was replying to him.
Texas
Everyone was
was,
replying to him, and it was like translation. My Texas prediction was so utterly wrong that
Well, I mean, these people.
actually,
that Arizona
is going to win because
trended left. That Arizona trended left despite shifting 6 points right.
I mean, these people. Yeah, again, the trend metric is useful when there's not massive swings like this. Especially when, like, another thing, like, I think Renigal brought this up. It's like, yeah, these states trended left because the biggest states in the country all shifted like 13 points to the right. That's what happened.
You tell him about that Texas trended right under his logic, and he'll probably still say that Tallarico would win because of Abbott fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, these people believe this crap. Again, the trend metric is only useful when it's like a 2-point swing nationally. You know, like 1 to 2 points. Not
Arizona is a likely Democrat because it's 2 points bluer than it was because trends.
For those that don't know, the trend metric is accounting for swing based on national environment. That's what it is.
Yeah, so basically, judging by that, the entire country except for like 5 states trended left.
And the 5 states are the biggest states in the country. So
like
that's
Texas, New York, Florida, California, New Jersey.
The trend metric's like, okay, if there's a 1-point swing in the national environment, that's a good indicator. Like, okay, how did the state of, I don't know, Wisconsin swing? You know, did it swing 5 points Republican, a point left? How? That's what it's useful for. Not, yeah, it's a 5-point swing nationally because of 5 states. Like, no, that's bullshit. And every state swung right for the first time since 1932.
The only ones that I mean, Washington barely, and
it counts though. It's swung right. I don't care what people
say.
Yeah,
that and what else was there? Like, I don't know, Oklahoma and like Utah.
But it's like, how much more Republican can Oklahoma get?
Probably not very. I mean, that'd be.
I mean, your ceiling is like set because you're not going to do much better in Oklahoma City, and even Tulsa, you got a ceiling. So
Tulsa's turning left.
Yeah.
I think it's there's a lot more liberals moving there.
All right.
And I think some of the evangelicals are also moving left. Like that's a very old guard Republican area.
Mike for 2, Bliming 28, trust the plan. Yeah, Blue Wyoming. But no, these idiots would assume that, oh yeah, it's trending left. But like Wyoming's like R plus 80. How much more Republican can Wyoming get?
Bluton Blanzus.
But that's a problem with the trend metric. You gotta be careful with it. If it's like a super Republican or super Democrat state, or it's like a 10-point swing in the national environment, it's a worthless metric. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Oh yeah, Rap. So do you remember this video? I remember because I've watched you for a long time. I remember, I think it was in like the summer of 2021, you were reacting to this map from that unbiased election predictions guy where it was like how every state will vote in like 30 years. Remember that map,
Oh
dude?
yeah, it's like every state's blue or something.
Give me a sec. I gotta find that map. Give me a sec.
Every
That's from a
state's
while
blue
ago.
because we're gonna let in every we're gonna make every
We have to
undocumented
pull that up again. We gotta pull that
up.
up again. It's the Christmas special stream. Who
Yeah.
cares, you know?
Joe
We're
Longo has been a
bringing it
member
up.
for 12 months. Thoughts of Trump reclaiming the Panama Canal? I hope he does it. I mean, seriously, what's
Isn't he
Panama gonna
hoping-
do? Like, what are they gonna do?
I thought you said you hope he doesn't do it.
I hope he does. I said.
Okay.
What is
Alright.
my YouTube feed? How come when I just load up YouTube, the first thing that comes up is Roblox Trump assassination?
Oh my, what?
Oh.
But yeah, so yeah, the Panama Canal. I think Trump should. If Panama doesn't start playing fair games, like, and stop shilling to China, just take it. What are they gonna do
We're
about
probably
it?
gonna go to war with Panama over the fucking canal.
It's an important. It's a strategic point.
Also, Trump is planning to rename Denali in Alaska.
Yeah, to
Mount
McKinley.
which was that was the old name.
Yeah.
The thing with that, though, so Alaska has actually been calling it Denali, I think, since like the 1970s, but it wasn't federally recognized as Denali until very recently. So, Alaska will probably still call
Yeah,
it Denali.
it's
but
like if it's a
federally-
local thing, yeah, but everyone else refers to it as something else.
yeah, I think most locals in Alaska still refer to it as Denali.
Yeah, but
I
I don't
mean,
think
I
they
don't
really
think
care
that's wrong.
if they changed it like McKinley Mountain or whatever.
Yeah, because again, it's a native name, and I mean, America has been trying to rename basically every single mountain in the country after native tribes.
But yeah, so I think the whole but yeah, the Panama Canal. I think
On
Trump,
the map.
if what?
I have found the map. I'm about to send it.
So Panama
Like
Canal.
for example, with Denali. So there's another example in on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. Cleanman's Dome in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park was renamed Kuohi after like a native tribe or something.
Let's see here. Yeah. Again, like, what can Panama do? Honestly, like they're talking a tough game, but it's like, what can they do against the United States?
I
Do
mean,
they even got a military?
they probably want to go to war, but
This
I
is
think
what's gonna happen. Trump is just gonna come in and be like, Panama, we're gonna take away your military aid or your like basic aid, and then Panama will be like, fine, you can have it back.
Well, no, I think
it's either
more so
bad or
Trump-
they just
Yeah,
bad
but
or Trump
here
just
we go.
plays, like 200% tariffs.
What is this shit? I forgot
Remember,
about
this
this.
was that map. Yeah, this was the map.
Bro, I forgot about
Mississippi is
this.
Tiltar because the blacks are having children.
Oh my god! Did Mississippi
Trump
swing
got,
like 10
over
points
60
right?
and yeah, Trump did got like over 60 in Mississippi. It was like the same margin as Louisiana.
Mississippi voted right of Louisiana, which I didn't even expect.
Yeah.
How the hell did
And
that
no one
happen?
saw Remember Libs this summer talking about investing in Mississippi?
Yeah, and I got a lot of shit
Stacey
for
Abrams, I
reporting
think
that.
years ago. I think Stacey Abrams years ago in like some YouTube video was like, "Oh yeah, we need to invest in Mississippi
I
because the
reported
blacks."
on this months ago. I got so much shit for it. Turns out that was real. They actually were thinking about it because it's a bullshit poll.
We can flip Mississippi because blacks.
Mike,
South Carolina is the funniest thing on here because it was like didn't it ship like 18 points, right?
no, the funniest
Or
is leading Texas.
Well, no, it went to Trump by 18. Yeah.
Look at Texas, and I just realized something. How did California not lose any electoral votes?
Oh, because all the liberals will move
How
there.
did Missouri lose an electoral vote?
Yeah,
Isn't it
what
one of
the
the fastest
hell?
growing states in the country?
Look
I
at
think
Florida.
this is using like older data or something.
Look at Florida.
For, like,
Florida gained nothing.
I love how it's only Leanar.
Florida
This is
because
the perfect
all the-
map of like
because-
every trend I like will continue and every trend I don't like will reverse.
And also,
like, that's
why is
just
all the
Michigan-
map.
Hispanics will go.
Why is Michigan to the left of Minnesota?
Because black people.
Mike
Blontana.
Mike for
Blontana is
2,
imminent.
Blue Nama. Yeah, this is out like Blue Alabama. Well, I'm surprised Alabama isn't like likely.
I'm surprised Nebraska's first isn't like lean because it's like the only place with an electoral vote in the country that moved left.
Freaking Ohio, like Ohio loses
To
their
be
electoral
fair, the only
votes.
reason that moved left was because of redistricting. Like,
Yeah.
I believe, like, the counties there still moved right. It's just through redistricting, the district got bluer.
I just love the fact that this clown, he made Republicans lose all their electoral votes in like Ohio, Iowa, Indiana. They gained nothing in Florida, but all the states that swung dramatically to the left, magically every single one of them, they're the only ones that gain electoral votes. Curious,
Because
isn't it?
because the Republicans will die off and the Democrats will reproduce, co-perceive.
American Nerd for 2. Rap, did the U.S. invade Panama in 1989 with ease? Yeah, there was a conflict in Panama over something. I can't remember.
I should ask him to do an updated 2025 version of this, you know? Because it would be interesting now that like all this like minority like the minorities didn't end up like being permanently blue.
You know what he's gonna
It's
do? He's
crazy
gonna
how
make
much this election just like upped our understanding. Like really the reason for some of these states, like the reason New Mexico wasn't close
Dude,
was the
your
your
mic
mic sucks.
Your mic sucks.
Wait, hello?
It's better
Yeah,
now.
yeah, was this what? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was saying that like it's insane how much this election like upended our understanding of electoral trends.
Well-
Like we thought like there was no way the minorities would be able to swing like to the point where they did, but they somehow did in one election.
Well, here's
So-
my take. Well, I'm not trying to like say I was right about everything, but I kind of said for years that I thought that these groups were going to swing Republican. Not to the extent that they did 24, obviously, but I always had a gut feeling that these groups, they were not going to vote Democrats forever. That was their cope by
That goes
Dems.
to show the one group that like actively doesn't swing is the African American vote. Every other group is willing to swing, which I'm actually
voters
very
swing right.
disappointed. We gained like 2 points with them. Like it's
I know that's exit polls. I call bullshit on that based on precinct data.
I was looking at the Milwaukee data, and Milwaukee had some of the biggest swings for them nationwide, and it was hardly at all. So it's like
there were some precincts in like downtown Chicago. They're like 80% black, and they swung like 50 points Republican.
It's regional. The swing was all over the place. Like there were majority black wards that shifted like 10 points left in Milwaukee. So it's just compared to like the Hispanic wards, which every single one swung like over 30 points right. So it's
So I think honestly, if he were to update that map now, he'd probably make Iowa go Democrat because of the farmers, the tariffs, and the corn syrup. They're going to ban the corn syrup, so Iowa's going to go Democrat.
I just realized that
corn.
Nevada and Arizona are safe Democrat.
Because all the Hispanics are going to go back to Democrat because all their relatives are going to be deported under Project 2025.
But yes, I think overall though, it's like the funny part about this map is like, yeah, technically he was right where demographics are destiny, but not the way that he thought. That was the most funniest about 24. The demographics are destiny argument might be right, but just not for the reasons he said. Because now it's like, is there a single group shifting
actually a discussion?
What?
There's actually going to be the fact that now there's actually a discussion we can have that in 20 years Hispanics could vote to the right of white people. Like that's an actual discussion that can be held.
I won't go that far yet.
I mean, what? No, Trump won the white vote by 10. Harris only won the Hispanic vote by 6. So it really wouldn't take that much more swings for it to
but I'm just
get to the right.
Like, honestly, is there a single group shifting left now?
The white vote did move 1 point left.
Honestly, I think that's more of like the white. That's the old white vote, though.
Well, yeah, but still, it did move left a little bit.
But the problem for Dems is like those old white voters are gonna die off eventually. That boomer generation.
I don't really want to get into like the reverse of this map though, because that seems where this conversation's going. It's like,
well, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying like Democrats, they do have a problem though. That's what I'm saying.
They don't have a problem. I think you're gonna see like Democrats are probably gonna have very disappointing election results for a couple cycles, and then you're gonna see them moderate significantly.
Well, that's what they
That's
should
what's gonna
do,
happen.
but knowing that they're gonna keep tripling down. So
It's gonna take a couple elections for them to learn that, though.
Let's get that transgender person, Aaron Reed, as the Democrat chair.
Did you guys hear
And-
Noah was taken is like throwing his head in the ring for like
I saw
he's trying to
that.
get like people elected to DNC chair.
all right,
I
American
don't
He's
Earth.
know.
endorsing Martin O'Malley, and that's somehow going to swing the race in his
If
favor.
that actually does, that party's hopeless. That party's
Yeah, like they're
hopeless.
literally relying on children to make their decisions. Like at that point, how about this? Just make Noah the Democrat chair.
Yeah.
You know, Democrats are the party of, feeder kids. Why not just have an actual child run the Democratic Party?
American Nerd for 3. Should the U.S. take? What should the U.S. take first, Panama or Greenland? Panama, I would say, because I think that'll be easiest.
Well, we're only taking back the canal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Greenland, you gotta freaking worry about the whole thing. So
We could take back the entire country, honestly, though.
just take the canal.
Yeah, and then Greenland, yeah, that's probably like our connection to Russia because it's so close there. Like aside from Alaska, Greenland's closer to Moscow, so that's probably why we're trying to take it.
Yeah, the thing with I think Greenland, and people are like, oh, why do we want Greenland so much? There's nothing there. It's like, do these idiots understand like how valuable Greenland
Oil
actually is?
and the proximity to Moscow.
Aren't there like a bunch of rare earth minerals there?
I think so. Now here's the other. Now I think it also has its own language. I think it's Greenlandic, and then there's Danish and English that are like recognized languages.
All right, Mike for 2. Row again. 28. Stop the trust the plane. Stop stuttering. Lol. What? American Nerd for 5. What? Oh, Roe, like freaking Roe versus Wade again. It's returning. Or
Row your vote.
I don't know.
Rovember is coming.
American Nerd for 5. Breaking for the Kelvin Coolidge Project and Politico. President Trump is having second thoughts with Mike Johnson. Oh, we gotta talk about that. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
in a
let's
second.
talk about the speaker fight. Yeah, I'll just say why.
Mike Johnson's a patriot.
I think
No
Johnson's
attacking
cooked.
my boy.
But hold on.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna flat out say Mike Johnson does not have the votes to be the next speaker or to be
I
speaker
don't think he
again.
does.
And I think what's happening with Trump, I think he's going to pressure Johnson to basically withdraw from the speaker race and just let the process play out.
I got a quick super chat to read. Lord Ryder for 5. The U.S. shouldn't go around annexing land and territories. It sets a precedent that the Russians and Chinese will abuse. I mean, not really. I mean, what is Russia going to do? Who are they going to invade outside of Ukraine?
Manifest Destiny is based.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if we got to take back the Panama Canal and Greenland, I'd happily let China have Taiwan.
Let's see.
That's worth
Mike
it.
for 2. No, Red Oregon, bro. Oh, sorry. Jeez. Thanks for the super chats.
Let's just annex like the northern half of Mexico, like Polk wanted.
Yeah, just take everything.
Actually, that's where the cartels all live, so we
Well,
need
that's
to
the
probably
problem. Like, do you
kill
want to
them
do
all.
it? Just, no, annex the southern half.
I think just invade them, get rid of the cartels, and then annex all of
Well,
that.
there's a report going around like Trump wants to like invade Mexico or something, like a soft invasion to do with the cartels. Which I don't.
If you're gonna be a neocon, you may as well just do it on your own borders. So.
Well, no, like I don't think it's really a neocon thing. It's just like if these are threats to the United States, I mean, it's really a bad idea. Deal with a cartel like that.
I mean, Rand Paul can cope and see, but that's.
If it's a threat to Americans, it's a different story. It's like ran the border. Like it's already a war. Yeah. It's already a war zone, anyways. But this would go the extra mile.
Cope and see, Volberts. We're going to war with Mexico.
But yeah, so yeah, we have a report from Politico. Trump has second thoughts regarding Speaker Mike Johnson, feeling blindsided by Johnson's fueled Dems. Not only is Trump unhappy with the funding deal, he's unhappy with Johnson too. The president is upset. He wanted the debt ceiling dealt with, one insider said. No one thinks he's strong. No one says, damn, this guy's a fighter. Yeah, I think Trump is going to get Johnson out of there.
I don't know who he's going to endorse. And Trump's probably not really happy with the Freedom Caucus cider. I know that's going to start a big argument.
From what I heard,
it's not going to be Freedom Caucus. Trump doesn't like either of them. It's just going to be someone like a Mike Johnson 2.0.
He's not happy with anyone.
Trump, if I had to guess, he'll probably endorse Scalise for speaker, just because Scalise is probably like the natural successor. But I don't know.
Louisiana supremacy, unless it's Byron Donalds, could be Byron Donalds.
I heard Donald's like front runner. That's what I heard. If it's not
Donald's,
Johnson.
I mean, he's probably going to run for governor, but he might just get to take the speaker role for like a year and then resign and then
The thing with
run
Donald's
for
is like
governor.
he's both good on the issues, he's smart, and he actually is liked by everyone. So
And then that would be total Florida supremacy
Yeah.
as well in like the Republic.
plus-
That said, though, the problem with Donald, I mean, well, yeah, he wants to be governor, but like, if he is basically forced to compromise like Johnson has, his career is done.
I don't know,
Like-
because with Trump there now, he's going to keep the Republicans in line, I think. But he's actually in office. So,
Yeah, I guess, but again,
No,
even
but
very
Chip
narrow.
Soy, dude. Chip Soy is gonna screw him over.
I guess. Lord Rhino for 5. All right, I'm rebuilding the British Empire then. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Mike for 2. How much do you think we should pay for Greenland? I don't know.
Probably not that much.
We'll see.
Just don't make it a state because I don't want like their parliament is littered between like a far left and a left wing party. So like,
Yeah, no,
Well,
let's
they
not-
also don't even speak English, so
No, there'd be like a territory. Like, they can do whatever they want.
it'd just be a territory. That's
But we
all it
just
would be.
we just collect our so we get money out of it. We get a fat paycheck out of like the resources there. So Kevin Hearn, I just every time it sounds like he's gonna run, he just doesn't, or he does not have the support to do so.
I don't think Hearn's usually a backbencher. I don't think he would get the votes because he's never really in mind outside of,
Well, he's
I hate to say it, terminally online people, and even then,
no,
most
he's
of the terminally online people don't even support him. So,
well, Hearn's a good guy, but I guess.
and Hearn would probably also lose popularity real fast. So,
But to be fair, he is a chair of the Republican Study Committee, so
yeah. And that's the other thing with Donald is once he becomes speaker, he's going to be expected like so much. I don't know. I think he would lose popularity if he basically has one screw up.
a lot of people recommending no, not Massey. Hell no to that. There's no way.
Massey is probably getting primaried out. So I think Massey and Roy are probably both getting primaried
Look,
out.
if you think Trump thinks Mike Johnson is gonna be inefficient, then there's no way he'd back Massey.
Yeah, there's no
He would
way.
just like
Massey
Massey would just
would
like shut down
completely-
Congress. Like he would just shut down Congress.
Let's see. Johnson's bad, but who do we replace him with? Again, you got Donald's, Hearn.
He's not even bad. Like
He's
I
pretty
don't
bad.
get this.
He's pretty bad.
Rap, would you have done a better job in the circumstances you were given?
All he had to Luke, I'm not saying like he could have all he had to do was just not do what he did with the CR package. The way he handled that was what killed him politically. He did such a
How
piss-poor
should he
job.
have handled it better? Just shut down the
Not do
government?
what he did of run the Democrats right off the bat and say, yeah, we'll give you everything you want and then some. That's what killed him.
Well, maybe if the Freedom Caucus didn't vote
He didn't
against
go to the
the
Freedom Caucus, he just went to the Democrats. It was stupid what he did.
Yeah, because the bill he made to suit the Freedom Caucus still voted down.
But like, if he would have just not like did what he did with that garbage 1,500-page pile of crap, he would still be fine. That's his problem.
Whatever, that's
I'm just saying.
it's what happened. There wasn't any way he was going to get a bill that appeased both the Freedom Caucus and Senate Democrats,
saying that,
whom
but
he
if-
needed 10
if
of
the-
to
if the-
pass.
If the third variation of the bill was the first one, he would not be in this trouble right now. People would be unhappy, but it would not be the situation where, yeah, he's actually gonna be thrown out in a week. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think the whole the speakership shit show. I mean, I can only think of like 2 people who can get the votes. It's literally Donald's and like Hearn, I think.
Probably Scalise, honestly.
They should just do Scalise, but Thomas
votes.
Mass, those 3 are going to be. Oh my god, I'm not looking forward to dealing with those 3.
Would Johnson himself lose his primary? No, he wouldn't.
Johnson in a house primary, honestly.
No, he's not going to get
Depends on what he
primary.
does.
Trump will
I think-
primary him out. Trump doesn't hate him. Trump really doesn't. Like, it doesn't matter if it says he's disappointed. He might not want him as speaker, but like he's still fun. He likes Johnson. Like Johnson goes to all these events with him. Like he's been around. Like Trump fully backed him when he was speaker. I don't think he really dislikes him. I think it's more so just He realizes that Johnson won't be able to unite Congress.
Yeah, I mean, it probably depends on how Johnson votes when he's, not speaker.
All right.
I mean, I think he'll still get a primary challenger if he doesn't retire, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What about Andy Harris? Andy Harris, no. I like him, but he's not. No, he doesn't have the votes.
You're not gonna get any Freedom Caucus speakers.
Only
Let's just get that
Donald's
right
the
out
only
of
one
the
that's
way.
gonna get the votes, I think.
I didn't even know he was in the Freedom Caucus, to be honest.
Trump's probably not happy with Andy Harris either, just because of the Freedom Caucus debacle.
Yeah, again, like this Trump is. People gotta understand. Trump's pissed off at everyone right now. It's not just always pissed off at one
Trump
person.
is not a Freedom Caucus Republican. That's a big misconception that I think the libs try to propagate. He really isn't. He'll work with them when needed, but he really doesn't like them.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's why he got rid of Bob Good,
Hey, Rap.
and he's gonna get rid of.
What do you
Chip
think
Roy.
about having Beetlejuice or Hulk Hogan for speaker at this house? Honestly, better options at this rate. Yeah, I mean, at this point, freaking Beetlejuice would be better at this. Even anyone, like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, like Hulk Hogan, someone. Anyone that can, breathe.
Oh yes, and speaking of primary challenges, we need to talk about. Speaking of primary challenges, we need to talk about what's going on in Texas. So, it looks like Dan Crenshaw probably already has a set primary challenger. I'm not talking about Valentina. Gunter Eagleman
He's
looks to
running.
be dead set on going against Dan Crenshaw.
I mean, it's better than Gomez, so.
So, and it looks like it looks like a lot of major influencers are backing Gunter. So Gunter at this point is probably the very likely opponent against Dan
him.
Crenshaw.
It's better than way better than Gomez. So.
Gunter, I mean, I have concerns over him, but I think honestly, I mean, I've been supporting Tom Slocum. He's a great guy from Houston, but I don't know. I don't want the primary being too divided.
Well, it's runoff, but yeah, you don't just get behind one person, so you don't have to deal with the runoff.
Hear me out. What would
Crenshaw,
happen if what would happen if Dan Crenshaw hypothetically failed so much that the primary ended up the runoff ended up between Gomez and who would win that? I'm curious. Who would the moderate Crenshaw backers from the first round vote for in that primary?
Honestly, I think Crenshaw would just he would endorse the Democrats.
Yeah, but I think the moderate. I mean, they probably just go for Gunter because Gomez. I mean, Gomez openly says the F word, and I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking the other one.
Which one? Thank you. There's 3 of them.
The one that rhymes with maggot.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
But honestly, is it much worse than what Gomez says?
No, that is what Gomez says.
I know
that's what I meant.
I think
she's openly said the maggot word.
Yeah, well, it's the crappiest video. I mean, I still don't get those whole videos. It's who are they supposed to appeal to?
She appeals to terminally online boomers.
But she got 2%. So it clearly didn't work. Is that what she's gonna do again? Just triple
I think her only major endorsement so far is her old boss, Alex Rosen.
Oh gosh. I still wonder why she moved from Missouri to Texas within
Alex Rosen is Alex
and
Rosen.
By the way, Alex Rosen is a riper who didn't endorse.
Stop.
Yeah,
he voted against Trump because Trump was.
Shut up. Let me speak. So Alex Rosen is based out of Houston. I think that's probably a big reason why Valentina moved down here. So,
but
she just wanted to go out, but of course, she obviously is going to be an office climber. She's going to run for every single office possible.
Is she going to run for president?
I mean, I don't think she's old enough, but yeah, she probably will run for president eventually. But yeah, I had a feeling she would run for Congress in 2026, and I wasn't thinking to be Dan Crenshaw.
I didn't think it was. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be Missouri. I thought she's gonna run because she just.
Then again, I also had a feeling she was gonna probably carpetbag somewhere. I wasn't thinking Texas, but here she is.
Yeah, just of all places. Yeah, I moved to Texas.
Here's the thing: Gunter Eagleman is from the Hill Country, so he would also be carpetbagging Houston, albeit it's a 2 or 3 hour drive rather than
it's not
16 hours.
Yeah, it's like
So,
it's actually.
but then that begs the question: well, who's going to run against Chip Roy then? Well, here's the thing: Gunter Eagleman has a twin brother who's also a big name on X.
Are you
Hunter
serious?
And what's likely going to happen is his twin brother Hunter is going to be
my
the one that runs against Chip
no,
Roy.
No.
So both of the Eaglemans are going to be running for Congress together.
My question is, has that ever happened where there's twins in the house?
I don't know. I mean, you do have I mean, you have Joaquin and Julian who are twins, but you have one in Congress and one just there. You know, he ran for president and he hasn't really been relevant since.
I guess, but like, I don't know, just like Gunter and Hunter. Yeah, who names their who names them that?
Well, I don't even know if Gunter's his real name. Hunter's probably the other guy's real name. Eagleman is probably definitely not their last name, but that's probably what they'll run for Congress as.
It would be funny though, like they're both in the house.
Yeah.
They both. What if it's the same person though? What if it's just like they're both one person? He has two identities.
They're not. I know they're not.
I know. It'd just be kind of funny though.
One day he's representing North Houston, the other day he's representing wherever Chip Roy represents. I don't know.
It's
I'm not an
basically the
expert
hill
on Texas
country and
politics.
like New Braunfels. That's basically that area. I think like a little bit of Austin. And I think mainly San Antonio suburbs. But yeah.
What do we do?
It's so weird that like Chip Roy represents suburbs. It's
yeah, but it's Chip Soy.
Yeah.
What
So
do we do with Johnson, or do we take the risk? So okay, my take is I think he's cooked either way. So if that happens,
what I basically want is just for him to step down and just let the process play out
and deal with it now. Don't wait till January 3rd at the last second. Do it now. Figure out someone you can get behind, and we won't have a shit show then.
we're just like threaten everyone to vote for Mike Johnson.
There's
Or
still
say
gonna be like
that Trump's gonna like ban the Freedom Caucus under Project 25.
Real. Yeah, I think personally my take is real text. I think that's the best idea. Just make him drop out and let them deal with it behind closed doors. Just be done with it. Because you have 10
and then after that, I mean Johnson will. I mean Johnson, I could just see where I don't know. I mean he didn't really want to be speaker in the first place. It's not like Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah, you could tell he was kind of forced.
Too.
He was kind of forced into it because no one else could get the votes.
Now I still could see Johnson retiring just because that kind of left a bad legacy. That kind of left a bad stain in his, I guess, records. So
the thing with Johnson though is I know people are gonna be a lot of shit for this. Johnson's not a bad guy. He's not. It just I don't think he was qualified to be speaker.
Wow, it's almost like someone on this.
Luke,
it's almost like someone on here had been saying this for a while.
I'm gonna throw something at you. But no, the thing with Johnson is like he's a nice guy. He's smart, but he's not really someone that you can have as speaker. I think if we had someone that knew what he was doing with like negotiations, Johnson would be better suited like actually writing legislation, like not the one negotiating it. That's what I think he's better at. I mean, he was a good congressman before he was speaker. He was underrated, so yeah. Should make some random person on the street speaker. I mean, you could. You just pull some guy off the street and say, "Yeah, you're the next speaker."
We should make a real American speaker. We need to make you speaker.
Oh gosh, I would never get the votes, but like I would start so many fights.
Jack Posobiec is fluent in Mandarin Chinese. What?
What? Who is?
Jack Posobiec apparently is fluent in Mandarin Chinese because I saw a tweet from Nicole Shanahan.
He used to live in China for a couple years.
Yeah, so I saw this video from Nicole Shanahan because I think she's actually Chinese. So she was like actually talking to Jack Posobiec in Mandarin Chinese, and apparently she says that Jack speaks it better than he does.
Lord Rhino for 5. Just make McCarthy speaker again. He'd fall in line with Trump. No, that scumbag's never getting the votes. I don't care what anyone says. Screw that guy. I don't care. The guy's a complete hack. He made backroom deals with death. Screw the guy. He deserved it. What?
Who did?
Johnson. Or McCarthy. McCarthy deserved it.
I kind of wish we kept them around for fundraising, though. Because, like, we lost all those California seats.
All right. Imagine if House Republicans picked Mitch McConnell to be speaker. That would never happen. Trump would anyone that voted for McConnell would be thrown out immediately. Like it would not even be a question. They're done. McCarthy should go work for McDonald's. He should.
How about Valentina Gomez for speaker?
No.
She would definitely get the votes. Don Bacon would crawl over broken glass to vote for her. We know this.
Hey Rap, what could be the 2028 wild cards in the Democratic Party primary? Oh, I think Wes Moore would be the wild card. I think he is.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I know it's a meme, but I actually wouldn't be surprised if Mark Cuban ran. Like,
the thing with Cuban is like he's trying to be like the left wing's version of like Elon Musk, but he just sucks at it. I mean, it's true. He's trying to be the left's version of Elon Musk.
wasn't he the guy who like started the whole DEI and business thing? Like, wasn't that
He was
him?
the top people, yeah. This is a good one. Make a homeless schizophrenic House Speaker. Better than what we currently got. Make Alex Jones Speaker. What's wrong with Alex Jones for Speaker?
Oh, he's a conspiracy theorist.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. We'll see though.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
We should make Rod Blagojevich speaker. He just did a good interview with Joe Rogan.
You know, I mean, how old is he actually?
He's
Not
like his
that old,
80s. Isn't he in his 80s?
He's not in his 80s.
He's 68. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you mean he was in his 80s? What do you?
68. I always associate him with like very old politics. I didn't realize. Oh yeah, he's only 68.
Bro, he should run for office again.
Yeah, well, he's currently banned from holding office in Illinois.
Just move. Just freaking move to like Wisconsin.
No, it's just statewide. If he wanted to run for a Senate seat, he could. He just can't run for state
Go
office.
run for Congress. I would support that. Dude, he's like.
You should primary out LaHood or something.
Dude, he was one of the thing. I like him because he was one of the few honest Dems. He's the few honest ones. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of corruption in our party. I'm trying to sell this.
I can't believe Illinois had a Republican governor recently.
Well,
Yeah, Bruce Rauner. He was a mega donor for DeSantis, and then he switched to Haley. That guy, Bruce Rauner.
But yeah, I think with like Vladimir, I could see like running. I would support him. I mean, I like it because he was one of the few honest Dems. Like it wasn't like he just became a Republican or whatever. Now
He actually did super good when he ran for governor. He did super good in like the Republican parts of the state, like in the southern part of Illinois. Like if you look at the Illinois governor races back then, like he did super good downstate because he was like he was like a left-wing populist as governor kind of.
Again, like he was literally like one of the first major Dems to actually support Trump. He was the first honest one. So,
all right. Speaking of blue state Republicans, let's talk about New York.
What happened?
Well, do you see the tweet about? You see the tweet from Hochul about safe subways?
Oh
posted right at the time when that woman was
set on fire.
Yeah.
Which again, like that, it wasn't within like 5 minutes of that being posted or something.
Probably so.
For those that don't know, a woman got lit on fire in a subway in New York. So, basically the average Sunday.
Yeah, and then Hochul's tweeted about safe subways. Yeah, so I honestly think she's even more. I think she's more vulnerable than Josh Shapiro, flat out.
I agree. I think she's in trouble. I think she's in deep trouble. Because now it's like it just shows how out of touch they are. And
if Hochul is not primaried out, I think New York probably at a maximum is maybe lean Democrat.
Especially with Michael Lawler. He's got the nomination. There's no way. Listen, if Republicans are smart, they get behind Lawler and let Democrats have their own shit show.
But it's not just New York governor we got to talk about. We need to talk about New York City mayor, because that's the other big election that's going to probably be.
This might be a big thing for next year. Look what happened here.
Now, Adams is obviously done. He's probably going to prison unless he gets pardoned. But even if he gets pardoned, he's not going to be mayor again. He's done. And he's basically probably just going to be seen as a Republican by most people. So the way I see it is, I mean, it's probably going to be Cuomo. And Cuomo would probably just be Bloomberg all over again, which
We'll take.
Probably wouldn't be that bad.
We'll take
Yeah.
this point. But yeah, I think you could. Well, there is one X factor where like you could see like maybe if it's Cuomo, you're probably gonna see like a third party run. Like you see like the Working Family Party probably like endorse someone. So
Like a very far left pro crime
Yeah.
Democrat.
if it's Cuomo, I think. Plus,
What's like the most pro crime Democrat in New York aside? Well, actually, yeah. Actually, I think I know who it is.
yeah, who I think
Yeah.
we're talking about. What's
Actually, I forget his name.
there's a couple bad ones. There's some real bad ones.
The guy currently in Congress.
Bowman.
Yeah, Bowman. Yeah,
I mean, hey, there's rumors going around he may run. So I mean, listen.
he runs for mayor. I mean, he probably could.
He should run for governor.
I heard he's running for governor. Like the rumor is he runs for governor. But we'll
If
see.
if he were to successfully primary out Hochul, I think that race starts its toss up.
I think it starts Tildar. That's my take. With Lawler.
I mean, I think you get yeah.
Because remember, guys, honestly, for a statewide race like that, when was the last time an incumbent lost his primary, his or her primary, and that person won the election?
I don't know, honestly.
It's rare, but it doesn't happen. It does not happen. So, U.S. Army for 2. Derek Chauvin needs to be voted speaker. Oh gosh. If Jamal Bowman was a Democrat nominee for governor, how much would Lawler win by? I think he wins by like 2 to 3. I just don't see how anyone votes for Bowman. Because he's going through a shit show or primary, and then they have to go through a general. I don't see that happening. Plus, like, here's
Richie Torres is definitely running
Yeah, he's
against
running
Hochul.
too.
So
if Richie Torres is running, Bowman probably runs. Hochul's
openly gay, Afro Latino. I think he's a progressive as well.
Yeah, he is.
What is his view on? Isn't he pro crime as well?
Who freaking knows these people?
I mean, if you had both Bowman and Torres running, I mean, Bowman would probably just endorse Torres, but if they both run, I mean, they could split the progressive vote, and Hochul squeaks it out, and
Rap. Imagine a Trump Bowman voter. Oh, well, I would say, well, in 2024 they didn't exist, but like there are Trump AOC voters. They do exist.
there might be like a couple in like the Bronx, but that's probably it.
I really want to meet these people. They voted for Trump but voted for Bowman.
Probably like a few Hispanics or black people here and there in the Bronx.
Yeah. Bowman be the nominees of fantasy. Let's be real, guys. It's like Dems wish cats we run Mark Robinson. No, guys, like I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but
Bowman would probably lose a primary.
Oh yeah, but like even if he runs and like Hochul doesn't get like 80% or something, she's in trouble. If she loses a chunk of the vote to that,
I mean, if anyone is going to act successfully primary her out, it is probably Richie Torres.
yeah. And who knows? Maybe
Torres, I think would do real. I think Torres would do really well down in like the New York City area, and that might be enough for him to win.
And the thing with, and also like if he loses, he might just run as a third party candidate. They may just like run as like a progressive. I don't think do they got sore loser laws in New York? I don't think they do.
I don't know actually.
So we'll see, but the fact that we're talking about New York like unironically is beautiful. It scares me that some like Bowman was a principal. Yeah, it's the fact that Jamal Bowman was a principal is like.
I will actually say this: he's not really that progressive. Richie Torres is really not that progressive. He's actually very pro-Israel.
Really, I thought he was more progressive.
I mean, I guess he's progressive, but he's also pro-Israel, so that might turn off some of the far left. Bowman probably wins those types because Bowman's pro-Palestine. But
all right. Vote Trump as speaker. Who's going to go against Trump at this point? There's no rules against that, I don't think. Well, the thing with voting against Trump is like you're done, so I could see that.
I will say, I think Richie Torres could probably win the general. I think he's like, I think of the three, he's probably got the best chance, but I think it'd still be competitive.
What?
Did you not hear me?
No, I misunderstood what you said. What?
I just think of the three likely candidates, Bowman, Torres, and Hochul, I think Torres is probably the most likely candidate that would win the general election.
Unironically, you might be right.
But then again, I mean, well, Lawler would probably do very well with the Jews, so that really helps in like the mid-states portion of New York. I think he would do the best in Long Island. He might do worse than Trump in some parts of New York City because I think Torres would probably do better in the Bronx
Oh yeah, probably. Like yeah, his county probably.
and
Is,
Manhattan, maybe.
Yeah.
Upstate, I don't know. That might be.
New York is one of only 3 states not to have sore loser laws. Yeah, so they can do it. So you could theoretically see Torres like running third party if something crazy happens. Because the Working Family Party, they could do that. They could just say, "Oh, screw you. We're gonna pick."
What are the other 2 states without sore loser laws?
I think it's like Connecticut. Yeah, it's Connecticut because of Lieberman. And
Sort of losing laws are cringe. They should be all banned. Like
yeah,
I
it's
think
like,
it's funny
if
when
you
like
lose a
someone's so
primary, you should
pissed.
be allowed to run again. Like screw you. You should be allowed to run.
So Connecticut and what else?
It's Connecticut. I thought Connecticut used to have it at least, but I don't know.
Maine? Does Maine have sore loser laws?
I don't know.
Because if Maine has sore loser laws, then there's your election right there.
All right.
You'll just have Susan Collins, primary challenger, go run as an independent.
American Nerd for 2. Thoughts on Sonic 3 beating Mufasa at box office? I didn't watch either, so that's kind of surprising. But I guess who wants to watch a prequel of that crap? I don't know. All right. Get rid of sore loser laws. This is how Murkowski was reelected in 2010. Well, that's the one problem. Like, yeah, the idea of Murkowski types. Why?
About 24 women waited in the cold to support Luigi in court, some visibly emotional as he entered.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, there's like a massive amount of protests right outside the
Oh my
courthouse.
gosh, it's gonna happen.
Because he is unironically a sex symbol. He is a sex symbol.
Yeah. So these people, like, this is gonna get bad, no matter what happens. Because if
also there's this idiot I just saw a tweet. Luigi pleaded not guilty, and then you have this woman in the replies. Does that mean he's free?
Listen, if Luigi's found guilty, there's gonna be riots everywhere. It's gonna get bad, I think. If he's found not guilty, well, you're just gonna see a bunch of more incidents like this, where people just think, "Oh yeah, we can do whatever we want."
I think you're gonna see a lot more incidents like that, regardless.
Yeah, I think if you're found not guilty, it's be like way worse. It's be like,
yeah, but if he's convicted, you're gonna see a lot more people doing it, just I guess out of revenge.
But if he's found not guilty, oh my gosh, you're just gonna see a bunch. Anyone that's like a part of any company they don't like, they just go down the street to shoot them.
Elon Musk he's
gonna need protection.
Yeah, I mean, he already has private security, but you might need to upgrade at the Secret Service. I mean, I don't think there's a single CEO in the country outside of, like, I don't know, that one in Washington that got famous for, like, not taking a salary or something. I don't know. But regardless, like, every single private healthcare CEO is going to need, like, Secret Service style protection.
Yeah. And basically every billionaire, I think, except maybe, like, Warren Buffett, maybe. But basically, like, every billionaire is going to need
Buffett would probably need it. Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Yeah, Bill Gates self is going to need one.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, 100%.
Bezos sure need one.
But yeah, because there's a lot of disgruntled employees with Amazon, so.
Yeah.
All right. Polite Rude Guy for 2. Who do you think DeSantis is choosing for Senate? We don't know. That's a shit show.
Rumor right now is probably Ashley Moody or his chief of staff. And then the new rumor is Corey Mills, because Laura Trump is withdrawn from consideration. She has a big announcement in January, so considering that, I don't think she's running for Senate at all.
Really? What do you think's gonna be then? What do you think's gonna be?
I don't know. Whatever it's gonna be whatever she announces. I don't think she's planning on running for office.
Lord Rhino for 5. Only New York and Connecticut have sore loser laws. Iowa used to have it. Oh yeah, Iowa's the third one. They got rid of it.
Okay, so only New York and Connecticut.
Right. They don't have sore. Yeah, they don't. So
yeah, they don't. Okay.
They're not gonna riot. Well, I think they're gonna riot if they do that. But
yeah, I really don't get why they wouldn't riot. I mean, it's like the Antifa types.
Yeah.
That support it. I mean, I know there's also all the liberal women that think he's, hot. I don't know if they would riot, but I mean,
the best way to put it is like if he's found guilty, they're going to angrily riot in the streets. If he's found not
The
guilty,
Antifa types will. I mean, the average like woman will probably just they just won't shut the fuck up on Instagram.
oh yeah. But no, Antifa, if he's found guilty, they're going to angrily riot in the streets. If he's found not guilty, they're going to joyously riot in the streets. They're going to riot either way. It doesn't matter if it's for anger, for like, cheering or whatever. I think so.
They're probably just gonna go onto like the richest neighborhood in New York City and cause like the biggest mayhem that you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It's like these again. I'm not saying the company's good, but like, you don't go around just shooting people like that. American Nerd for 3, which by the way, apparently, like, I guess Luigi's, he didn't even have them as healthcare or something, like health insurance.
Apparently, but that's...
I don't know. The whole thing sounds sketchy as hell. American Nerd for 3, list your all-time favorite Christmas movies. Ooh. All of them? Or just some of them?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh. That's... Man, top of my head.
I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life, and I probably should.
You gotta go Home Alone, obviously.
Home Alone's awesome.
Listen, every time I think of Home Alone,
Down the
just
hole
like,
and to the left.
yeah, one kid just
No,
beats the shit out of
Rob,
him.
what about the Star Wars Christmas special, dude?
I'm gonna throw something to you. That doesn't exist. Yeah, I'm gonna say Home Alone's definitely up there. Ooh. There's just so many good ones. Just do top 5. I can't, because there's so many good ones. Like, obviously Home Alone's easily top 5. There's no question about it. But ooh,
And A Christmas Story, that's good.
yeah. Home Alone with Trump, real. Yeah, it was Home Alone 2, I think, had Trump.
Yeah, I just remember after the election, like there was this lib, and it was obviously a joke tweet, but it was funny because it was like, "I'm so pissed by the election. I'm gonna watch this to calm myself down." It was Home Alone 2.
Yeah, it's like there's a scene that's like, oh god damn it.
It was definitely a joke tweet because
I
they
know.
obviously made it.
Yeah.
It just shows up.
Down the hall and to the left.
Yeah. I love how that's a meme now. It's just like the Reddit meme, like Reddit's down the hall.
Yes.
Let's see. From Home Alone actor to president, pretty good progression. Yeah, that's real. He went from Home Alone actor to president. There's nothing else in between.
I mean, Macaulay Culkin also got in the mugshots, so.
Let's see.
I don't know if he's been to prison, but I think he has been to jail a few times, and I think he's almost died like several times.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. It's not a movie, but it's like a special. Like Family Guy wrote in the North Pole. Yeah, that's a good one. It's good. It's not like a movie, but it's like a good message in it actually. So, Biden might pardon every illegal alien in the country at this point. I don't think he will, and the Supreme Court would just say go F yourself with that one. But
Biden would do that.
But it's like they're not citizens, so
then he basically makes them citizens and then pardons all of them. Well, I mean, you need Congress to do that anyways. And,
yeah.
Well, they probably would actually, but
talk about Sam Brown running for New Hampshire Senate. Is he running?
I think so.
Man, it just seems like he says every time, but he doesn't. I would support him, but I don't know.
Obviously, Sununu wants to be president and nothing else. So.
Yeah.
Or probably Haley's vice president, because I think Haley's going to run again.
Lord Rhino for 2. First, Trump told anyone to go to their left. Real. Yeah, so Sam Brown, like, or is it Sam, or no, Scott Brown. Scott Brown, excuse me. Yeah, it's Scott Brown. Not Sam Brown. Yeah, I like Scott Brown. I think he's, like, I know he's not the most conservative, but I thought he was pretty good in Massachusetts, considering. He was only there for, what, 2 years?
Scott Brown is like the epitome of moderate MAGA. Like I've said this before, he was very right-wing on immigration, but he was like socially moderate on other issues. Like he was anti-DACA in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He was against the Dream Act.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. Like he's the epitome of moderate MAGA, like socially moderate, but like very anti-immigration. So whenever people say my ideology is terminally online, I'm just like Scott Brown disagrees.
Yeah, I remember Scott Brown. He literally he opposed like bilingual education classes, I think, or something crazy like that. It's like this dude's from Massachusetts, not from We're not talking about like a Republican state, not even like a swing state. We're not even talking about a Democrat-leaning state. This is one of the most Democrat states in the country.
Democrat leaning is kind of an underestimate.
Yeah, it's like this is like a D+30. He's opposed to the Dream Act.
I think it was within 30 this time because it was one of like the biggest rightward shifts out of any state, which was very surprising to me.
Yeah, I would support Scott Brown if he runs for New Hampshire. I would support him 100%.
Like of all the fucking states in this country to move to the right by so much,
The Irish.
Massachusetts.
Oh, you want to know part of the reason that is because the current governor of Massachusetts is basically saying stuff like, there was this incident where there were like there was this big case of immigrant crime in Boston. Like they were just breaking into people's cars and stuff on a regular basis. And the governor was questioned about that at a party, and she said something to the likes of like, bad things will happen once in a while.
Bruh.
Like that's how she responded. And I think like she's just hated, and I think we're not gonna flip that governorship, but run the guy who ran against Warren for Senate.
Yeah, Scott Brown, he's a great guy. Anyways.
No, not Scott Brown. That guy who ran this year for Senate. He's the crypto.
Yeah, I know,
crypto
that
guy. He actually got over 40% of the vote. So just run him for governor. He'll probably get over 40% again.
All right. Mike Finn for 5. I've been thinking of this idea. What if there was a fusion voting like New York nationwide? Would give third parties more leverage while minimizing spoilers. I think that should be the universal system, personally.
Yeah.
I've always liked the idea where it's like, yeah, you can a bunch of parties can like endorse a candidates like that. I think that's what it should be.
I think we do need election reform. That would be if Republicans were to do election reform just on basic stuff, and I'm not talking like abolishing electoral college, but like if we just did basic election reform, like that would help a lot of people. And part of that includes, and this is my personal opinion, I love proportional representation. I think we should have a discussion, maybe not make it mandatory, but allow states to do it. I think it should be allowed.
My take has always been just do it.
We shouldn't.
If you want to do that.
We shouldn't mandate first past the post like in every state. It's a mess. Like first past the post sucks. For most of American history, it wasn't mandated. For a while, like in the 1800s, Pennsylvania had a proportional like system where it was like a list system to elect their members of the House of Representatives. So I think we should have something like that. Or we should at least have a discussion that basically, no, you don't need to first past the post, because first past the post is a pretty crappy system, and it is very unrepresentative.
So,
and like everyone's like, I want local representation.
I have my
like,
take on
do you
this.
seriously? Yeah.
Hold on, I got a quick wish I had to read. American Nerd for 5. Rap, do you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie? Remember, there's only one right answer. Yes. That's all I'll say. But here's what I'll say about the electoral reform. I personally think what we should do, proportional representation, I think is not a good idea for America. It works. The German system's fine, kind of, but I don't know. I personally believe just implement the system of Argentina where you have the runoff system. Not like, oh, you need 50%. No, it's like if you get like 40% or whatever.
Well, no, but that you realize they have. I'm talking for their legislature.
No, I think
like their legislature has proportional.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, adopt the presidential system for all the like down ballot races. That's my take.
Oh God, dude! Imagine how many run. Okay, to be fair, then we'd have 2 election days, and I think you would like that. That'd be more coverage from the channel.
It's not just that, but I think it just also gives like third parties a legitimate chance then. And not this bullshit where it's like, yeah, this third party candidate got 1% of the vote, but David Perdue is at 49.9%. He loses. That's bullshit. It should be like 40% or whatever Argentina is. Like I think it's 40%. Yeah, plus the proportional system, it doesn't really work for 2 parties. So.
Well, it would allow the door to open for more parties. It would also remove the discussion around gerrymandering, because gerrymandering is just a mess on both sides.
Just
And I
a-
don't want, because what we're turning into as a country is a system where like every state's just going to make gerrymanders based on who's in power, which I know for more partisan people, like I had this discussion with Boston Nationalist the other day, and he said, that's good. We shouldn't care about the people. We should care about furthering our party. And it's like,
Yes, we
that's not
should.
how we should think. That's not how we should think about it. We should think about it as having a representative country. We don't want to just be seen as the party that just has to like draw maps
No, I
our way
want
to
that.
win.
I want corruption in society.
Bro, it's
Let's see here. At the very least, if a candidate did not get over 50% of the vote, no, I hate that's garbage. That runoff system's garbage. It should be like 40% or whatever.
45, I think, is the Argentina position.
No, I think it's like I think it's weird. Like if it's above 40 or whatever, it's like automatically you're good. But if it's below 40, if you win by over 10, I think it is. You avoid it.
In America, it would make more sense for 45, though.
Yeah.
Like
45. Because 50% is bullshit. You can't. All you get is one libertarian to run, and you screw everyone over. It just becomes a dumpster fire. So, and that system would actually account for independence. It would give them a fair chance because, like, they can make runoffs and stuff. Oh no, the French system's garbage.
that sounds like a wokest. That sounds like a woke mobster take. Has the woke mobsters gotten to you?
Real. Yeah, no, the French system's garbage.
Well, no, the French system is just first past the post 2.0, which actually, Rap, what you're talking about is basically the French system.
I know,
It's
but
just
the
first
French
past the
system,
post with
they
two
have
rounds.
some dumb they have the dumb turnout. It's dumb. They have a really dumb system. It's
Well,
complicated.
yeah, they've got the turnout laws, but
Yeah, that stuff's like stupid because all you can do is just all you have to do is like protest the election and just not show up. It's like it becomes a shit show. All right. No, we're not using the Russian system where it's the Russian system's like
honestly, Chinese system.
Oh
We
my
need
gosh.
mega democracy. Only mega approved candidates can run.
For those that
It's
don't
just-
know, the Russians just put it this way: you get a ballot and there's like 30 different party logos on it, and 20 of them are the same.
Yeah, that's how they do. It's funny. They don't just like rig the election. I can say that because it's Russia. YouTube will let me. They don't just do that. They what they do is it's like there's like 80 billion different parties and like 90% of them are basically just Putin. So like most people just vote Putin and don't look for the other parties.
Yeah, because
Like,
they
it's
all
just
and like
that-
they have like the same logo, the same color scheme, like the same name. You can't tell. You don't know what it is, so you just have to guess. That's how. Listen, that's how you do it properly. Russia does her shit properly. I love it. All right. Best system is mixed member proportional, like Germany. Again, like mixed member proportional is not.
Germany's system is horrible because like it's not actually democratic because it's just like, oh, if you win the majority of first past the post seats, you don't get to win any of the constituency seats.
Yeah,
like
that's
that's
the
part
problem
of
with
the,
mixed. Like that's bullshit. That's a problem with that system.
if
Like,
you
it's-
remove that and it's just like half the seats are decided by list, half of them are first past the post, I could get along with that. It's just Germany has that stupid law on top. I wouldn't mind that system in America. Like keep the 435 first past the post seats and then add 435 list seats.
oh,
that
can
would be good.
Can they really have
Just
that for
double the
the house,
house.
though? Like, can they?
Yeah,
really fit
double it for the house.
Don't we have to like?
I think we should.
remake the House chamber then.
Well, that doesn't really matter.
It kinda does, though.
Think about it. The British Parliament, there's like only like there's twice as members of Parliament, twice as many members of Parliament as there are seats.
Yeah, but
so
it's
like
Parliament. It's a
people are,
different system. So
it's still Congress. Like also
no, they
nowadays
have
we just
way
have like
different ways of doing
nowadays we just have like Zoom and stuff, and most of Congress still communicates via Zoom. The only time everyone's really in Congress is for like the election of Speaker. And even the State of the Union, like half of Congress boycotts it now.
All right.
So it's like
SOVN for 27 Swedish system for the Windlow. How does Sweden do their system? Is it first past the post or what?
I think it's proportional. Swedish.
I'm looking. I can't really tell.
Oh, they've got it by region.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be the American system. That would just be the American system I'd want. It'd be by state, like proportional by state.
Look at this Soviet Union system. Yeah, just do it. No, just do what Russia
What are
does
some of
today.
these? What are some of these Swedish names? Norrbotten, Västerbotten,
Bruh.
like some of these names. Uta Jamningmandasta.
Wow, that's
What the
very.
hell?
That's Sweden
Yeah,
for
what are
you.
these?
That's Sweden. Like you get some weird name. Nothing against Sweden. Obviously, I think it's a beautiful country, but like you get some very difficult names to say.
Interesting names.
Yeah. All right. If anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, comments, send them now. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats, I think. So yeah, tomorrow is Christmas. I hope, or Christmas Eve, I should say. And yeah, hope everyone does a great Christmas. We will have videos, of course, but no streams. So yeah.
What's the? No, we need Santa Claus versus Kamala Harris 2028 election prediction. That's what we.
Do it the North Korean way. Yeah, so
That would be a North Korean like election if that actually happened.
yeah, so we'll be back probably Thursday with the streams. Hold on. Andre Clay's candidate for 5. Election reform I supported for moving party affiliation from ballot, but obviously they could campaign saying Republican or Democrat. This is just for the ballot. I actually agree with that. I think party affiliation should be off the ballot because you get so many people. It's both sides. They just vote straight Republican. We can see an R next to their name. Like, no, that's bullshit. You should.
No, I hate straight ticket party vote. Honestly, I wouldn't mind like them mandating like for like state office like nonpartisan stuff.
No, because you end up with like Nebraska where you get a socialist and like a deeper. No, that's bullshit. No, you're not doing that.
Or just make you know what we should have? We should have alliances within the parties that like will show up on the ballot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, do the fusion system.
Yeah, have alliances within the parties. Like if you're a Freedom Caucus candidate, like put Freedom Caucus, you know, like make official coalition, like make official like caucuses within the
We're
party.
kind of getting to that point now because like the Republican Party, they're changing so much that it's kind of is becoming like a
Yeah,
coalition. But what?
Yeah, and then I'll found the moderate MAGA coalition,
Bruh.
and we're gonna
All right,
start.
Lord Rhino for 2. North Korea system: 1 party, 1 candidate, 1 leader. That's real. Mike Finn for 2. Did you talk about the Hochul subway thing? Yeah, like she's in trouble. I think.
She was taking selfies with people on the subways. She's popular.
Yeah.
Trust the
Hey, Rap,
process.
since it's confirmed by the ethics report that Matt Gates' allegations were true, how much you think? Oh, his career's done. We talked about that. Again, I think the allegations were not really proven here, but I think his
How
career's
about we
done.
do the Hungary system where you just like rig the maps, like just rig the whole system.
Real.
Hey, hear me
and,
out.
we got
Hungary
some-
should be a good contender for 51st state, you know, because they'd be solid Republican, give us a few electoral votes. They don't like the EU anymore, but they need someone to fund them. Why don't we just like give them statehood? I'm sure Orban would want it.
Real.
Also, some Texas news. Fort Worth has surpassed Austin in population.
Damn.
Fort Worth's now the 4th largest city. Austin's now 5th. Probably says a lot about who's moving to Texas and who's moving out.
And speaking of Texas, any update to Kate Granger?
Well, the news broke. Well, the news broke a lot. So yeah, there's nothing that's going to be done. She's already leaving
leaving.
office.
But
in,
apparently,
like, a
I
week.
heard like a story where it's like she sold her house for like $1 or something. Like she just walked away or something.
Yeah.
It's a very sketchy situation with Granger.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, with Fort Worth, I mean, it kind of makes sense. It moved right by like 10 points or so. I don't know how Austin moved because I don't have the data yet, but it kind of makes sense at all. I mean, Austin's kind of growing slower now than Fort Worth. Fort Worth, we have a lot of conservatives moving in, like out-of-state transplants.
All right.
Austin, it's way more expensive to move there. So you get a lot of people being priced out. They're moving to the suburbs, and then the liberals are moving out, and now they're moving to Colorado.
All right.
So
Austin will be safe red by 2050.
Real.
Trust the process.
American Art for 5. Here's
For
my
sure.
favorite Christmas movies: Die Hard, It's a Wonderful Life, Home Alone, A Christmas Story, National Lampoon's Christmas, and Scrooge. Yeah, that was pretty good. It was pretty good. I guess one is like the Jim Carrey Grinch. I know it's kind of a shitty movie, but it's like it's just actually like it's bad, but it's good. So All right. I think that's kind of everything. Did we miss anything? Surely we
Um,
didn't.
I don't believe so. I mean, I think.
Surely.
Well, I know the last stream we did, we just barely missed the Trump news. Apparently, I think he still supports Ukraine aid or something. But
I don't. That's kind of Trump, though. I don't think that means like we're gonna want to continue the war, but
No, all that means is he's just like not gonna cut off aid his first day in office. He's probably just gonna like work to get better. Like he's gonna work to end the war, but he's just not gonna like pull the plug immediately on aid
he's
because like all the
probably just
libs
gonna
were
do more.
like.
He's probably gonna do more humanitarian aid.
probably.
He's gonna try to negotiate like a peace. It seems like they're gonna get a peace deal. Like even Zelensky's like, yeah, we gotta get a peace deal pretty quick. So I think he knows what's going on.
All right, so I think we're ending the stream here. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. So I hope everyone has a great Christmas. We will be back Thursday, I think. Yeah, I think we will be. All right, hope everyone has a great Christmas, and yeah, Godspeed.
I will. I'll be on Thursday, and Thursday I'll give you guys some updated news on the
All right.
Milwaukee GOP civil war at the moment.
All
So
right,
be ready.
Godspeed to all of you.